Father has a collection of these auger style drill bits, amongst others. But when he needed a drill bit that was longer than what he had, he just made it. Took a piece of hexagonal steel rod and welded a spade bit to the end of it. How he did that and kept it centered, I have no idea. He didn't do it just once. He did it twice. A screwdriver, the likes of which I've never seen before. Sure, it's got a flat tip on it, like many straight slotted screwdrivers, but it has an all metal body to the heel here, with the exception of these wooden grips that I suppose can be replaced as needed. I imagine it gave a nice good striking surface for when you really needed to use it to hammer down on something. A Stanley number 95 marking gauge. At least that's what I think it is. Looks to be. So you can use this register here against the measurements from 0 to 2 inches and mark where you need to cut. So there's that, and there's also this one here too, and it looks like there's a second hole here. So you can extend out that far, or as far as the first hole, depending on where you set this. In the early days, my father worked as a carpenter. Carpenter is never without rasps. Beware the rasp of Dad. My father also had this tiny little block plane, this considerably larger block plane, a shoulder plane, a smoothing plane, broken handle for that, and of course a joiner plane. What is it? Obviously you can pry nails with that, I suppose, but why such a small little hammer? Would it be for doing upholstery work, perhaps? And you use this little hammer to tap in furniture tacks? Warranted tool steel, box terrier, I'm not sure what it says, kind of worn out. Bridgeport HDWE Manufacturing Corporation. Of course, a good carpenter is not without his saws. There is a nice finishing saw, a nice fine tooth. That is, I guess, more of a ripping saw. And here is a larger ripping saw. Along with these, he had this saw vise and the sharpening file, and of course the set. Still works, just needs to be cleaned up. My father's angle finder. Wooden handle, brass plating. My father was good for making his own tools sometimes out of what spare parts and tools that he had. I'm not sure what purpose this really served, but obviously he took the scrap metal here and welded it to this scrap piece of metal here. And here is a round file. Perhaps it was meant to work just like this. And you would file whatever it is you're filing on that. Perhaps it was for sharpening a knife or something, to rough it out on this and hone it on that. I really don't know. It's a mystery. I almost forgot to feature my father's toolboxes. There's actually 2 toolboxes here to make it easier to transport them back from New York to Ohio. I put one inside of the other. There's a nail here that comes out, and that holds this pipe in place. This was the handle to the larger toolbox. And inside of here I put the smaller toolbox. Each toolbox had slots here where he would carry his saws. You could carry it like this, I suppose. Keep the handle out and the blade inside. Or for his longer saws, you could put it down here like that and the blade would stick out a little bit that way, I suppose. Has his chisels back here. Nothing fancy, just standard Stanley chisels. They're just simple toolboxes that are just made from scrap wood, nailed together. The handle to this toolbox is held in place by a metal plate like this on both ends, screwed in place. Still some dust in there from God knows how many years ago. 50 years? Who knows?